May the 21st at about 9:56 a.m. And this is interview for IA case number 20-02. And in the room is Chris Noble, Elgin Police Department.
Marcus Solorio, EPD.
Tiger Hanner, attorney for police officer.
Okay. The reason we're having a follow-up, this is a follow-up meeting, is in regards to the conversation we had last night.
Yes, sir.
And that there was additional details that were not disclosed in yesterday's meeting. And in your effort to get in front of this. And that is appreciated.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to go over everything that we talked about last night, clarify, and go from there. Okay. So that being said, I talked to the chief at length as well, and he wanted me to impress upon you that, you know, and we discussed that an omission is the same as a lie.
Yeah.
Okay. And so at this point, you've already been untruthful.
Okay.
Okay. This is your one and last time to set the record straight, to answer all questions completely and honestly, and not make me ask 80 million questions in order to ask the right question when we know what I'm getting at.
Okay.
All right. And so again, just please remember, this is your last opportunity. There will be no more interviews after this.
Right.
If there's even a perception that you're holding back.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. And do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It will be a career-ending decision for you to do. Okay. So that being said, again, I appreciate you getting in front of this.
Okay.
So that being said, last night we spoke and clarified that at the breakfast that there was a conversation about tasing.
Yes, there was.
Okay. So I'm going to let you.
No, before we get into that, yesterday I believe we finished our interview with a violation of a policy about meal break. Am I correct? I don't know if you have that written down.
Yeah, about being on sick leave.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
And,
so
whether or not you can do things on sick leave as opposed to like vacation.
Okay. So yesterday, I went through the policy and I found nothing on that. Okay. But I did find the email you sent back in March 19th of 2019. I do have that email if you don't mind me pulling it out.
Okay.
So I can read it to you, or you can read it yourself since it was written by you.
Right.
Okay. So if you don't mind, here you go. So just to know that I was not violating anything.
No, there's no question. I'm not saying about that. You were not in uniform.
Yeah, I was not in uniform.
And there was not a
I wasn't in
patrol car.
Yeah.
Now
but yesterday you made it seem like I was violating.
No.
Well, you led me to believe that I was violating.
Well, if I did, I apologize for that. But that's not an issue.
Okay.
All right. And that was one of the comments I believe that Sergeant Wall had made. Was why he didn't go. Was that he didn't want the third car.
Okay.
In the parking lot. So, but no. If that was your impression, well.
No, I mean that's what I got out of it.
No.
Just to make sure.
Well, yeah. And whether or not you can go, if you're on sick leave and go and participate in work-related things while you're on sick leave, as opposed to taking off on vacation leave.
Right.
Those are things that HR. That's not the point of this. That's
right. Okay.
There's not the focus. What is?
Okay, so I just wanted to be known that I did not violate any city policy in regards to this meal break. Okay.
Correct.
So. Okay.
My focus was your activities while on sick leave.
Okay.
Only. And even then, that's not my primary concern.
Right.
It's about the conversation that was had.
Okay.
And the contents of that conversation at that dinner, at that table.
Yes, sir.
In a restaurant. Okay. And it's not about the purpose of the meeting or anything of that nature.
Okay. So let's get started.
Okay. I'll let you recount what you told me about your recollection of when the conversation about the taser came up, who participated in it, who was speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and what was said.
Okay, so the taser incident, like I said, I told you last night that I had remembered that I had a tasing back in December.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, let me say how that conversation started, first of all. So, I don't recall who it was. It was Gerloff, Wooten, or Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but they were talking about an incident with that had happened between Retaliation and Dudley at Specs Liquor with a suspect that,
Correct.
you know, has previously assaulted officers.
I can't remember the guy's name, but he's commonly known as Walnut.
Matthew Fashula, yeah.
I call him Fashula.
So,
yeah.
they started talking about that. Like I said, I don't recall who brought it up first, but to my understanding, Gerloff does still talk to Dudley,
Mm-hmm.
Christian. Okay, so that's out of my hands from that point. I don't know. I haven't talked to them about it. So it started because of that. Someone made the comment somewhere around, oh yeah, so, like I said, I don't recall who did. Somebody made a comment about, hey, so this happened, so somebody tell me about this, about the incident over there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we weren't there.
Correct.
That was their shift.
Right.
Okay? And, so somebody made the comment, I don't know who it was, oh yeah, now we got to start tasing everybody. You know, to save ourselves or something like that.
Who said that?
To be honest, I don't. That's one thing I don't remember. Okay, it was 4 of us at that table, 3 of them were talking.
Okay.
I don't remember who said it.
Okay.
Okay. But it was said. I can tell you that was said. Okay.
Okay.
And then after that, maybe they stayed on that for like 2 minutes. Again, most of the time I was just ignoring them. At that time, I believe Dickerson was.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought up a story about how I had tased a guy back in December or January.
Let's back up now.
Uh-huh.
About Dickerson having been on.
Oh, when he wasn't working at the PD at that time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
because of his.
Yeah,
had him on admin leave because of his. Okay.
So I started telling the story about, hey, the guy tased. So, you know, I told him, hey, I got this car, this guy in the RV,
Mm-hmm.
dragging him out. He tried to slip off his sweater,
Mm-hmm.
and I popped him,
Mm-hmm.
you know, after he took off running.
Yeah, sure.
And so, yeah, he took off running. And so they all started laughing. I don't know if they were laughing at the incident or they were laughing at me, but, yeah, I engaged in the laughing, too. So that's how that taser incident got started, but at no point, I know yesterday you had asked me if we were scheming or planning on
Mm-hmm.
tasing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
No, we did not talk about setting somebody up to get tased. Not at all. That never crossed our mind at all.
Okay, so that absolutely positively
Yes,
was
sir. No,
not discussed.
No, sir.
Okay. Could it have happened during one of the times you weren't paying attention?
I don't know. That I don't know.
So you're saying, what I'm getting at is, so it could have.
It could have, yes, sir. I'm not denying it could have happened. I wasn't paying attention. I told my story, and that's when they laughed and all that. So.
What other use of force?
So like I was saying, that initial incident between Dudley and that's what brought up the conversation about the tasing. So. Again, I didn't have no communication with Gerloff prior to that text, so I don't know if they discussed with him about it or if it was Dudley or him.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
I discussed it with Gerloff,
Yeah.
and was it Gerloff that brought it up? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm not sure if it was Gerloff, but Gerloff did talk about it.
Okay. I'm not sure, or to the best of your recollection, it was him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right. Fair enough. Was there a discussion about a use of force incident involving Wooten taking somebody to the ground?
I believe they may have talked about it. I was present.
I know they talked about it.
Yeah. So I was there when that incident happened over there on Shenandoah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they may have talked about it, may have been in a conversation again. It's I can't say what they said. I can't go off what they what they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody hears things different.
Right.
Okay.
But do you think about it for a moment?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember any particular words, keywords, or terms or anything that was used, or the response by another member at the table after Wooten spoke about that incident? Think carefully, please.
Well, from when the incident did happen, I remember when Wooten took the guy down, he basically, hey, don't away from me again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that may have been said if he repeated himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
But was there any comments made by any of the other table mates that were there
Mm-hmm.
at that incident, who, in response to the discussion at the table on Wednesday?
So what were you talking about?
Meaning, what was Jaboris's response when
Well, the board, he laughed. He laughed, yeah.
what else did he say? Marco, I know what he said. I'm asking you for verification.
No, sorry, Commander.
That's all right.
I can't go off what they said.
Mm-hmm.
I can only say what I said.
Okay.
Okay, and I said the story about the tasing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they said.
Mm-hmm.
They made fun of me. They made fun of my tasing. And they talked about Gerloff's deal.
Okay.
The Wooten's thing, they may have talked about it. I wasn't paying attention to it, but I remember what happened that night. The takedown, what that happened. So.
Did Jabor say anything that you recall? If you don't recall.
Well, like I said,
contact.
Jabor's was sitting next to me.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing me, some pictures on his phone and stuff. Just text messages and stuff.
What were they pertaining to?
It was nothing to do with work. It was mostly stuff with, his personal life, girls he's talking to and stuff.
Okay.
Which is, something he likes to talk about a lot because he's so proudful of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, it was mostly that. And then, you know what? Now that I do remember, we did have a pretty cute waitress there.
Mm-hmm.
She did walk by and we were like, oh, she's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
And Jabor's can testify to that. And we did say that waitress was cute.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now let's go back to last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the day you were out sick. You
Yes,
were
sir.
at home.
Yes, sir.
And
I went home Wednesday. I didn't come back the
Well-
following Thursday.
you were at home on Thursday, though, right?
Yes, I was at home Thursday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the day that Sergeant Wall, Kyle, and Jaboris got called up to the chief's office.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That Thursday, yes, sir.
And informed of this.
Right.
I mean, you weren't there, but
No, I wasn't there.
this was right around the noonish.
It was 1
Yeah.
1 o'clock. Yes, sir.
Okay. And so Chief spoke with them here, and then apparently they all left here, and they went to your house,
Yes, sir.
all three of them.
Well, I got a call first from Dickerson.
Okay.
Dickerson, and he called me. I didn't pick up. Initial time I was laying in the couch.
Mm-hmm.
I was on meds, and so I had my hand resting on the armrest. Calls me, hey, didn't pick up, text me, hey, it's urgent.
Okay, I'm sorry, who was it that called you?
Dickerson.
Okay, and he left you a voice message?
No, he texted me afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like, hey, pick up, it's urgent.
You still have that text message?
Shoot. Yes, sir.
Okay. You mind if I take a picture of that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That long, you idiot. Okay. Any other texts that
No, it's,
you think I should know about?
No, the only person that texted me that day was
Okay.
Dickerson. He, so going back, he said, call me, it's urgent. Called him. You know, me being a Spanish speaker, I thought they were going to need help with translation or something like that. And, you had a question?
No.
Oh, so I called him and he's like, yo, in trouble. And I was like, okay, what for? And, you know, being them, I thought they were pranking me for something, because I know they usually, you know, prank us for, you know, they play around like that. That's how those guys are.
Okay. How come you didn't show that text to me when I asked if there was any other communications, text about this incident?
I wasn't thinking about it then. That's my fault.
Marco, these are things you need to be thinking about.
Yes, sir, I know.
I said, if the
But,
chief walks away from
But
this,
yesterday, it's like we talked, I'm out here looking for myself, and I'm clearing things up now.
okay, well, that's going to be one of the questions is,
Mm-hmm.
if he calls you in,
Right.
after he watches this,
Mm-hmm.
if he calls you in.
That's fine.
Okay. And then, y'all spoke on the phone. He says we're in trouble. Then what happened?
So he's like, I'm heading to your house, meet me outside. So I go outside. I think I was only wearing some pajama pants at that time. I didn't have a shirt on. Like I said, I was sitting on the couch, and then I don't know. I don't recall what was the timeline, who showed up next, but yeah, they all came. And
Say they all.
Sergeant Wall, Wooten, and of course, DeVores.
Okay. This was around 1 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was said?
They said, hey, they found out we had a meeting with, or breakfast with,
Yours or mine? Not yours.
said, hey, they found out we had a breakfast with Gerloff. I think Chief is mad because we met with him.
Okay.
Okay. At that point, I was like, oh, shit. Well, at first, like I said, I thought it was a prank. I was like, oh, this is, you know, these guys are, what's wrong with us meeting with Gerloff, you know? He, like I told you yesterday, he is a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
He's friends with several officers here.
That's fine.
So I saw no problem with it. then they went on and said, you know, we're in trouble because somebody basically ratted us out that we had bad-mouthed chief, yourself, and other members of the department. Okay.
Who was doing the talking?
Mostly Dickerson, since he was the one that called me. I don't remember, like I said, I don't remember who got there first or, yeah.
Okay.
So, after that, you know, that we're talking about it, hey, this is retaliation for us meeting with Gerloff.
Okay.
And,
So they first told you we're in trouble for bad-mouthing the chief, the lieutenant, other members of the department.
no, they said because somebody ratted us out for bad-mouthing the department.
Okay. But yet, the impression was that this was retaliation for meeting with somebody.
With having a breakfast with Gerloff, yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, we did not badmouth nobody here, other than the tasing incident
Mm-hmm.
that was discussed, the use of force that that was brought up,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody was badmouthed. Nobody in this department that I know of was how would I say it? Nobody was talked about.
Right.
Yeah.
That you recall?
No, not. Like I said, I can't testify to what they say, but I know I did not badmouth nobody. That's a question you would have to ask them.
But it could have happened.
Yeah, if it did, they may have talked about it. I did not.
Okay.
Okay. And I know better. Like I told you, I'm appreciative that I'm working here,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to stick here. But
Okay.
if it has to do with retaliation, you know, I don't believe in that. So.
Right. But you are clear that that's not the issue here.
So, can you?
That you're not being disciplined, or there's no allegation of discipline allegation.
But
because
you know,
of
but
who
you know.
Met with. Correct?
So, you took a picture yesterday of Gerloff's.
Mm-hmm. Text message to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it said if there's anything about retaliation because of said meeting or said survey,
Mm-hmm.
then you see the impression that
Right.
you get called the next day and say, hey, you got to sign papers because you're under IAEA.
Yeah, that's a perception, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. It's the way you see it is different from the way I see it, from what they said
Mm-hmm.
is different from what I said.
Okay. All right. All right, back to the people when they were at your house. Jaboris doing most of the talking.
Well, they were all talking, but
Okay.
I was supposed to be talking to Boris.
All right. And what, if any, was said in regard to how this was going to be handled, this complaint?
So I don't think Jaboris said anything about how it was going to be handled, but they did tell me, hey, when you come back to work, you're going to be cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah. They were like, you're going to be cleaning. Chief was upset, and he told us we're going to be sweeping and mopping the PD every day. Yeah.
That's both day shifts.
So yeah, that's
it's not just you.
So yeah, that's what they told us. Like, hey, he got mad and he told us we're going to be fucking cleaning the PD.
That was
Yeah.
separate issue. It was
Okay.
because the detectives were tired of having to do it for the last 2.5 months.
Okay.
And so now it's time for patrol to take their turn in the barrel. That's all that was.
So, like, going back to that incident, I don't know what happened the week prior. I wasn't there, and I don't know what happened the week after that. I wasn't there with them.
Okay.
And you called me that following day.
So was there any discussion about how statements were going to be handled, about how, what was going to be said, if you were asked about it?
No, sir. That
No.
I believe y'all had already told them, hey, they were in big shit, so they didn't really want to talk much more about it. So.
But Marco, they felt compelled enough to all three of them drive over to your house.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we work together, so they haven't seen me all week. I haven't talked to them all week, and then, like I said, I thought it was a bad prank. The only time I talked to them was that Wednesday when I came in, and we had that breakfast.
Okay, let's go back to perception. Okay, what's the perception when a supervisor and two other officers, the other two officers on your shift, come to the house of the person who was not there a few minutes before to talk to you about this?
Yeah, it makes it seem like, hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No.
Okay.
I know the perception, yeah.
Like I said, I've still got other people to interview.
Right.
So I'm asking you, choose your words carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any discussion about what to say or when to say it?
So, again, don't remember who said it, but it was mentioned, like, hey, we went to talk to Gerloff about a survey. So, I don't know. Sergeant Wall did say, I don't know what y'all said there, because I wasn't there. Like I said, Sergeant Wall had nothing to do with this. He set up no meeting. But he did say, I don't know what was said, but whatever y'all said, that's between y'all. Leave me out of it. But I don't recall, like I said, I don't recall them bad-mouthing nobody here.
Marco.
They did say, hey, we went to talk to Gerloff about the survey, so that's what we're going to say. And like I said, I failed to mention yesterday about the tasing incident, but that's what was said.
Well, you also failed to mention that they came to your house.
Yeah.
You also failed to mention that there was a discussion now. How innocent, regardless of how innocent it may sound, that there was a discussion about how this was going to be crafted.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remember what I told you last night?
Yes, sir.
Who puts food on your table?
Myself.
Now's not the time.
Right.
To ensure that other people take that away from you.
Right.
Who said what?
I think it was Wooten, the one that had said, hey, went to talk to Gerloff about the survey. So, since he was the one that was, I guess, communicating with Gerloff about them meeting for breakfast, and then I joined afterwards.
So, again, I want you to lay that out for me in very specific language. This is going to be the one.
Okay. So, Wooten gets there. He is talking about, hey, so, again, they were talking about the survey during breakfast. Wooten and especially Dickerson were concerned about retaliation from Chief because taking said survey. And plus, I don't know what Dickerson's issue is on his so he was the most, like, into this kind of shit.
Okay.
And they did discuss that during breakfast about retaliation from Chief, about taking the survey. So when we went back to the house, they were like, yo, this seems like this retaliation against us for meeting with Gerloff. And I said, well, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I had the least to say out of all two of them. Well, like I said, Sergeant Wall just said, I don't know what the said. Y'all deal with it.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you again.
Mm.
What was said by Wooten about crafting the story?
I'm gonna be honest with you. There was nothing about getting a story or making a big lie about it.
Well, it doesn't. I'm not saying that it was to even craft a lie or anything, but it was about crafting the response about what y'all were going to do. About
Well,
what he was. You just told me a few minutes ago. I'm asking you to clarify.
So it's, hey, if we did, it said, hey, I don't know who the person that came out there was that went and ratted us out, but we met with Gerloff to take to have breakfast.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they were there for maybe 5 minutes. I was out in the sun and had my hand wrapped, so I wanted to go back inside. I had no shirt on.
Okay.
And like I said, during the whole time I thought it was a big prank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did, actually did talk to my fiance about this.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there and she was like, what was that about? 'Cause they, I was like, oh, fucking guys are pranking me, fucking with me because I'm on the pain pills and all this shit. And I did tell her, hey, they're pranking me about this. And then, later that evening we received an email from Chief, and then that's when it was like, oh shit, these guys are not weren't fucking playing. And that's when I called you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did your fiance say?
She was like, why would they do that to you? I was like, well, I haven't been to work.
Okay.
I believe I showed you a picture of the action figure, so they probably thought that let's go fuck with him some more since he's on the pain pills and he's out of it. So.
Okay. What did Jaboris have to say in response to Wooten's comment about?
Jaboris does not want to be dragged into this.
Okay.
He did not want to be dragged into this because of his current.
And Wall's comment was, I'm not a part of this.
Yeah, he's like, whatever happened between y'all and Gerloff, that's on y'all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But Sergeant Wall would come in, call me during the week, check on me, say, hey, how you feeling? You get your doctor's note. And I believe he talked to you several times about how I was feeling.
Yes.
So yeah, he would check up on me during the week. So he did stop by maybe the second day after this all had happened. He did stop by and talk to me for a bit.
Okay.
And it was just about the pain. I showed him the stitches and all that. So he's real easy about this kind of shit. So he was like, I don't want to see it. So. But like I said, I did talk to my fiance about it, and I told her, hey, because they think I'm high, and I thought it was a prank, and she can testify to that if needed.
Okay. This will be my last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been in contact, or has anybody contacted you about this case after receiving
my notice of allegation? No, sir. The only person I've had contact with is Mr. Tiger here.
Okay. Yours was issued last because I had to do it verbally since you weren't at work.
Right.
Okay. Were you contacted at any time, say after 5 p.m. Thursday?
We did talk a couple times.
Who's we?
I talked to Sergeant Wall.
Mm-hmm.
He did say, hey guys, I called him and I was like, yo, what the now? Like, how did I get dragged into this? I should have not came to work that Wednesday. He did send us a group message, hey guys, I can show you this message. So he said, just want you guys to know you're good people. And this was Saturday.
Okay.
He's like, you're good people and also really good cops. I've been doing this for a while, and we've all started out I was in and out of trouble with agencies I worked for. Sometimes I was to blame, sometimes I wasn't, just targeted because I wasn't liked.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that it isn't the end of the world of your career. Stay focused. Remember what you want to be as a cop, and don't give them any reason to look at you harder than that they are right now. This will all pass soon enough, one way or another, and we'll be stronger for it.
Okay.
And this is, if you want to see it.
Yes.
And then Jabor's, of course, replied, "I really appreciate it, Sergeant."
Okay.
So.
Can I take a picture of that?
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Move it up. Okay. Is there any more to it down below that? I don't know. You're reading your personal stuff. That doesn't apply.
Oh no, just other means, like just stuff
Okay.
Kanye approves, and then. Yeah, it's just memes that we were sending each other. Just stuff like this.
Okay.
But it's nothing to do with.
Okay. What is that about? Do you know what the fuck this is about?
No, this is a meme actually that's on World Star.
Oh, okay.
It's a, trying to do the math and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shut that one down.
And then this one is, who sent this one? This was sent from, Sergeant Wall.
Okay. Okay. What was that about?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That one I don't know what it was about.
All right. Scroll back up to that last message. The long one. There you go. Okay, I got that. I just need to get to right.
And then this was sent by me.
Yeah.
Of course, Kanye approves.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Oh, and then we did have other memes before that. Talk about Django, the movie. You seen it? Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Is there anything else?
You asked me, LT. I'm going to be honest with you, and you asked me.
All right. I don't have any other questions right now.
Okay. It's fine.
All right. It's 10:33 a.m. Concludes the interview today. All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Coming back this afternoon?
Yep.
This evening?
Yep.
Okay.
2:30?
Yeah.